recently Facebook updated their community standards. And then, after a massive community backlash, they decided to update them again and remove what they had put in because it sounds fucking awful when you think about it, right? This is their violence and incitement policy on their community standards. So obviously, they say, we aim to prevent potential offline harm that may be related to content on Facebook. While we understand that people commonly express disdain or agreement by threatening or calling for violence in non-serious ways, we remove language that incites or facilitates serious violence, etc., etc., etc. So they can do not post, and you might be able to see all the scored out text here. Well, that's where they've updated, and that was all in green on the previous update because that was newly added. So, statements to commit high severity violence or calls for high severity violence, brackets, unless what? Like, why would there be an unless there? Why would you be okay with calls for high severity violence against some people? Like, why are we even... What? Unless the target is an organisation or individual covered in the Dangerous Individuals and Organisations policy, or is described as having carried out violent crimes or sex offences, wherein the criminal/predator status has been established by media reports, market knowledge of news event, etc. So, not even a criminal conviction. Media allegations on someone can be enough to justify it being okay to make severe threats that I'm presuming are credible. Statements advocating for high severity violence, unless the target is an organisation and individual covered in the Dangerous Individuals and Organisation policies. Blah, 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 blah. Aspirational and conditional statements to commit high severity violence, unless... blah, 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 blah. Same spiel. Like, why? What was the thought process? It's like, well, threats are bad, right? Like, credible threats of violence, high severity violence, bad. Unless they're against someone we don't like. And then, that's just fine. You know, in fact, fine, it might well be desirable, right? The problem that Facebook probably ran into with these community standards is that that's illegal in almost every Western country, probably every Western country. It is illegal to post credible threats of high severity violence on social media. It's just not especially in my country, it's not a legal thing you can do. And so it's so weird that Facebook's like, you know what? It's okay if people break the law on our platform. That's fine. As long as we have decided that person is a dangerous individual or organisation. Which, you know, is one of those things where you think, really makes you think, doesn't it? Really makes you think, well, how are they deciding these things? Because, I mean, they have a list of hate agents, which yours truly is on. I'll tell you how I got onto this list. The rationale for this was fascinating, right? So, I was labelled a hate actor. I'm an English liberal. I'm not. I don't think of myself as being hateful. But okay, they've labelled me a hate actor for neutral representation of a Proud Boys member. I was on a blacklist reported by Breitbart mere hours before the kick-off of the UK portion of the European elections. Right? These are the things that I have apparently done. They keep a detailed log of my behaviour, both on and off the platform. So they're just monitoring my entire existence, such as voicing support for a member of the right-wing Proud Boys group or hurling a homophobic slur. So I called someone gay. Right? But it gets better, right? Online snooping is encouraged by Facebook, which allegedly tells its employees to collect various signals of individuals' bad behaviour. Now, this isn't necessarily the dangerous individual list or anything, but this... I'm trying to give you an example of the mindset that Facebook has, right? They need to monitor people for signals of bad behaviour even outside the platform, as if that's their business, right? And then to label someone as a hate agent, what a horrific thing to call anyone. I'm a married man. I'm a father of 2. I work really hard. Hate agent. I mean, I suppose Tommy was as well. I suppose Paul Joseph Watson was, which is why they got rid of him. I can't believe I still have a Facebook account, to be honest, but there we go. Benjamin is on notice for level 2 and level 3 signals. In one particular instance, he's given a black mark for giving a neutral representation of John Kinsman, member of the Proud Boys. Despite its admitted neutrality, it was filed by Facebook under praise or support for a designated hate entity. Now, I don't think the Proud Boys are a hate entity. I think they are a natural response to the willful and deliberate, permissive, just public and professional and political allowance of Antifa to run riot, committing acts of violence, smashing property, intimidating people. That's what the Proud Boys are. They are a response to that. They are not considered to be a dangerous terrorist group by like the FBI or anyone like that. They are not anything that's outside of the bounds of normality, frankly, in modern politics. But, okay, me neutrally talking about them is praise or support. Wonderful. Benjamin was also found to have run afoul of Facebook guidelines for posting a screenshot of a homophobic slur directed at himself. This is the thing. It was me just posting. Someone super chatting, Sargon needs to get beat up, lol, what a classical skeptic faggot. So an alt-right person has posted this, and I get in trouble for it for commenting on it, right? Reposting a commenter's anti-German rant with a seemingly neutral comment of his own, which Facebook considered a support for a statement of inferiority against the Germans, right? Germans are responsible for Kant, Hegel, Nietzsche, Marx, blah, blah, blah. Leave the thinking to the English, you nutters. Fighting words in my comments section, Gary Edwards. It's a joke. It's some banter against the Germans. But that is anti-German. Oh, the Germans are the victims now. The victims of history. But again, another, I wasn't even really making a comment about it. That was just a joke to a guy, a friend of mine. But anyway, some of the content is marked as borderline, and most of the examples are suggested for deletion. So, a provocative cartoon on Islam. Now, this has probably been taken down. I think that was... Yes. No. Oh, that... I mean, you can say that is a provocative cartoon, but you can't say that these things aren't happening. That was done by a chap called Brent Cherry. He's really good. And a Hitler meme, because you're not allowed to make fun of Hitler. The original SJW. A postcard. And I actually got suspended for 30 days for posting a picture of Hitler with "I voted Remain" on it as well. So, it's just... All I'm saying is, don't try having fun on Facebook. You're going to get in trouble. Anyway, this is how Facebook decide who is a hate agent. This is the line of reasoning. A document titled Hate Agent Policy Review outlines a series of signals that Facebook uses to determine if someone ought to be categorized as a hate agent and banned from the platform. Those signals include a wide range of on and off platform behavior. It's wild that social media companies feel that they are entitled to police your behavior off of their platform. I find that incredible. I mean, there are people who are genuinely bad people, convicted of crimes, who use Facebook. There are people like me who are not convicted of crimes, who are now on a watch list. Okay. If you praise the wrong individual, interview them, or appear at events alongside them, Facebook may categorize you as a hate agent. Again, Facebook, I don't agree with you on what is and is not hateful. Your definitions of these things are very much coloured by the fact that you are situated in Silicon Valley. Facebook may categorize you as a hate agent if you identify or advocate for a designated hateful ideology. When's progressivism going to be on that? If you associate with a designated hate entity, one of the examples cited by Facebook is Islam critic Tommy Robinson, or if you have tattoos of hate symbols or hate slogans. Facebook will also categorize you as a hate agent for possession of hate paraphernalia. I've got a MAGA hat on my shelf. Is that hate paraphernalia? Just out of interest? I mean, who knows? The document provides no examples of this. The document also says Facebook will categorize you as a hate agent for statements made in private but later made public. Oh, you're not even allowed your private thoughts private conversations? Of course, Facebook holds vast amounts of information, what you do and what you say in public and private, as we saw with the Daily Beast doxing story where they doxed someone for saying something. Because why wouldn't they? This is the world we live in, where the social media platforms themselves have taken it upon themselves to try and make the world as they like it. They think that social engineering is something they are entitled to do. Anyway, Breitbart News has already uncovered some of the individuals Facebook placed on this list. Paul Joseph Watson eventually was categorized as hateful and banned from the platform, in part because he praised Tommy Robinson and interviewed him on his YouTube channel. Candace Owens is also one. She's got 1 million followers on Facebook, so she'll be gone soon. Bridget Gabriel on the list, as were Carl Benjamin and me, and Anne-Marie Waters. The Benjamin edition reveals Facebook may categorize you as a hate agent merely for speaking neutrally about individuals and organizations that the social network considers hateful. That's right. Right? It also accuses me of critical of identity politics as representing the ideology of an ethnostate for a post in which I call out an advocate of an ethnostate. Right? This is the post when it loads. I'm there saying that the alt-right are right-wing SJWs, and I am not in favour of SJWs. So naturally, one would infer that I'm not in favour of the alt-right, as if the mountains of content and debates that I've done against the alt-right aren't enough. But that is enough to get me like another check on the list. Oh, you're getting closer to deletion because you argued against a bunch of Nazis. How dare you? Did you mock Hitler? Right, you're definitely on this. There's another check. The people running these things are fucking insane. Alright? That's all I'm saying. They're fucking insane. In addition to the more unorthodox signals that Facebook uses to determine if users are hate agents, because the fucking priestly class at Silicon Valley really have to do this, it's also predictably hate speech, which Facebook divides into 3 tiers depending on severity and considers attacks on the person's immigration status to be hate speech. So if you illegally enter a country and someone says, hey, you're an illegal immigrant, that's hate speech. Anyway, the individual has made public statements or statements made in private and later made public using tier 1, 2, or 3 hate speech or slurs. 3 instances in one statement or appearance is a signal. 5 instances in multiple statements or appearances over 1 month is a signal. Basically, Facebook are watching you and they are judging you. Facebook are acting like they are a priest in a confessional. Except the thing with Facebook is there is no redemption. There's no changing your ways. There's no becoming a good person afterwards. Once you fail Facebook's moral tests, that's it. You're done.